Did you ever just be in, like, what are we in now, March?
Yeah.
Did you ever just be like, I need to go to Greece, eat a lot of garlic, rub myself in oil, and just burn a wee bit?
Man, can I just tell you
my face is ash.
Can I tell you how excited I am? I'm going to Lanzarote in 2 weeks, and I cannot wait.
Damn.
I cannot wait. I was away a couple of weeks ago, and I was away for just 2 days. Just doing support for Shane in Lisbon, in Barcelona. 2 days, just a wee bit of sun.
It's a game changer.
Hard to beat.
You know, even over here, you get a wee bright day. You get up, you're like, God, let me fucking.
There's a day.
Turn into a gardener. You're like,
it's anything. Just I even sitting out the front. You know, why nowadays people are all about grounding and all, going and just standing in your garden amongst the dog shite in your bare feet. I just love it in the sun.
Do you know what the good weather does to me? I want a hard dick and I want to smoke again.
Yeah.
We got a wee bit of paving done, and I walk out there, a wee bit of sun hitting it, and I'm like, oh man, love to just roll a wee cigarette right now, like a wee Frenchman, fat Frenchman. And
if you did one, would that be just you on it? Like,
no, I think it's all in your head. I haven't smoked in that long that I probably would have one and be terribly ill.
Yeah, because that's what I like again. Whenever you leave here and you go anywhere in Europe, people just smoke, and you're like, that does smell nice. You know, it smells nice when it's outside. You're like, that does smell like a good time. Like, I would smoke and die because I'm asthmatic, but...
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
That was actually too good there.
I mean, people always talk about, you know, like, the best beers and the best cigarettes. So, what's the best beers? The one on the fucking... Yeah. You know, before you go on a stag do, all that shit.
Yeah. But, you know, the best... I remember my favourite ever. Do you remember your best ever beer?
I don't know about best ever. Singular beer?
Yeah, I remember my best ever beer.
Was it off that bike ride?
Oh, no. That was... I couldn't even thought about it. And that was just... the beer would have to
just
go off my arse.
Cold tins.
But the best... We had gone away on holiday, and Holly was just little. So the first time she was a dick. We were travelling with her. She's just hard work. Got there. We're like, we need to take her for a walk here. We went to Torremolinos. Stuck her in a pram. Went along and just... It was roasting hot. You were sweating. You were just stressed out. And then... There was like a nice barrel chested traditional Spanish waiter.
Nice.
Just looking out with a big mustache and all. And I was like, I like a bit of him. Let's go and see what he's got for us.
Yeah.
I went in and he just brought me a wee half pint of just freezing cold beer with the ice in the glass. He just put it down. It was
ice in the beer's good.
It was so good.
I don't know why they don't do it more.
But it was just the
frozen
frozen
glass. They do that in
glass.
Vietnam, but they're basically just going like, diarrhea?
Yeah.
You know? Do you definitely want diarrhea?
Yeah, and of course, well, now if you put it in a beer glass with ice on it.
I had two of the best drinks ever when I was on honeymoon all those years ago.
Cocktails?
No. I was drinking a load of those like free cocktails or whatever, watered down a lot, you know, juice basically, a couple of shite beers, and then I discovered you could lie on the beach at this resort and someone would come and be like, can I get you a drink? And they had a wee menu, you know, and I was like, get us an out Modelo Negra, which is like a dark Modelo.
Oh, nice.
And it was nice.
Yeah.
Just because I've been drinking pure fizzy pish. And it had quite, sort of like something with a bit of body to it.
See,
and then nice. I was drinking that many like weak, shitty cocktails and everything that had a few in me. I probably had 28 in me to get me like semi-pished. And then I said to the wee guy at this, like, it was like a round bar. And I was like, brother, have you got any Jameson in there? And he's like, hold on 1 second. And he's like looking around. And then he's like, yeah. And he poured me like a big fat Jameson and Coke. And I was immediately blitzed. Because I was like, I've obviously been having watered down juice the whole time. And then he gave me like a real drink. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. In Mexico, I was just like in the cartel half an hour later.
At a level, just with the wee freebies. And then that's just set you off.
Yeah.
See, I have a theory. I'm not a scientist, but I believe... No, but I mean, I do talk some sense. Yeah. I guess people don't come here for a laugh. People come to this podcast for life and science advice, right? I believe there's some sort of capsule in your body, and it gathers alcohol, and it doesn't matter. You could just have maybe 2 pints, and the capsule's already close to being full. Those 2 pints, it bursts, and you're gargled. Or other times you could just be drinking when the capsule's empty, and it's just filling, and you just don't know how to do it. One day just be wrote off.
Well, that's medically incorrect, but I think.
Now, has anyone ever proved it?
I think what you get good at when you're an idle boy, like me and you can get the blocked.
Oh yeah,
very quick, because you've done. You know the crack. You're like, let it happen to you. Do you drink?
Seldomly.
Yeah. What age are you?
26.
See these young boys changing.
Yeah,
26 was peak.
Oh, it was almost over the hill. I'd say.
Yeah. Mine tapered off probably at like 31.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You know, I've not had a drink this year.
Fair play.
Yeah, just
I mean, if it was November, it'd be more impressive.
Yeah, I know, but
you know, you're like March.
Listen, tell me when I'm in Lanzarote if I'll have a drink.
I'm off it.
And that's that.
What are hangovers like at your age?
They're the same as they always were, but it's whether or not it's worth it.
That is it in a nutshell.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like sometimes even with drinking, you have to catch me off guard now. You have to be like, oh, we're doing a thing and blah blah, and oh, whatever, something happened, I don't have to get home, blah blah, and then you can have a drink, and you're like, oh my god, that crept up on me. Great times. See, if you were like, we're going on the mad rip on Saturday, I'd be like, right, let me just figure it, and then Sunday I'll have to do some bullshit, and then you just talk yourself out of it. So
See, I did that at 26, so I've got no future in this game.
Yeah,
But I've heard like
it's a good thing. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
'Cause
Now
nothing-
your generation, full personality based on how much you can put away.
Yeah, but I mean, even now, like
Pretty much.
that's the downside of it because you still believe you've got it. If you don't,
Yeah.
and then you're like, I could do this, and then you do it, and you're spouting all
I've
sorts
got
of
it to
slurs.
I've got it to the second I decide I'm done.
Yeah,
I'd be like, yeah, fucking everyone get shots and everything. See yous.
yeah.
That'll do me. And everyone's like, oh, you organised this? And I'd be like, oh, well, bye.
You're welcome. See you later.
You're welcome.
And what I like as well, but getting older too, you don't worry. You know what I used to do, the cool classic Irish goodbye. If you had to go, you just sneak away and like, where the fuck? Hey, he's gone. Now you just be like, listen, see you later. Oh no, don't leave. See you later.
Yeah.
And people are like, no, I'm not going to keep arguing as I'm walking out the door. Don't worry, I'll see you soon. And then like, I don't know, I have a mate who is he's sneaky like with trying to, like, fair play to him. He's trying to keep us all mates, but he messaged me this in the middle of last year sometime being like, listen, do you want to meet down Hollywood for a pint? Because, you know, I'd just be good to catch up. And I was like, oh fuck, something's up. I'm worried about him, like.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, no worries. And I was here, so I went home and I drove in to meet him for one, like. And when I got there, there was about 6 of them there, and he'd done that to everybody because he knew if he'd have said in the group, we're all going for pints, everyone would have been like, nah, we're doing stuff. But he fucking honey-dicked us all, and he was like, there we are.
That's smart.
And it was a good move.
That was a good move.
And now, in fairness,
Again, tricking all the fucking dads
yeah,
into having a drink.
because then you tell your wife, and you're like, oh, he's text me there, and I don't know what's about. She's like, oh, you're going to have to go to find out.
Yeah.
And, you know, rather than being like, oh, you have to do this,
Gives
that.
you a wee £20. There
Yeah.
you go. Here's a wee score.
Like a granny.
Yeah.
You know?
That's such a great hack to get out with the boys.
There's a
Yeah,
great
Mikey's
move,
not
yeah.
feeling great. Need to go and
Yeah.
check up on him.
Oh,
Aaron was saying to me about, like, you know, because he's been trying to stay reasonably clean, and he'd be like, no drinking all week, and then he'll just bomb everybody with texts. And I was like, do you ever get like the wrong person getting back to you? And he's like, oh, why?
yeah.
Someone will be like, yeah, absolutely. And you're like, man, you were 14th on the list.
I know. but it's like I said, true to form, right? They had said, my group of mates were like, right, we're going to meet on what date suits. And like, they came to me, to be fair, and they put it up. They were like, what date suits you? Because I know you're out a lot of nights. I was like, what do you think? He goes, 19th of March. Let's do that. And he goes, we'll come to Bangor. We'll go to your favourite bar. We'll go to Fieldy's. We'll just have stout all day. I'm like, I have to do that. I'm going to have to drink. Let's do it. And then I got a text there during the week being like, here, listen, there's a class on in another pub in Hollywood for doing little girls' haircuts. You know, like putting their hair in ponytails and all. Do you want to go to that? I was like, nah, absolutely not. No. So, not for me. And I go, tell you what, I'm good at doing
Was
their
this
hair.
fucking Little St. James?
So it's like,
you bring a load of wee girls.
no, they're not sexy haircuts. They're just
Skinheads.
just for
Giving wee girls mohawks.
just for dads to just send them to school, basically. So it's like, which is a good idea. But then I'm like, I've learnt the ponytail, and that's all they're getting. Like,
Ponytail's easy enough.
that's all right, yeah. But my kids are going like full, like they're like, Dad, can you not do that? And I was like, why? And I was like, because we look Oriental. Can you not be so rough with us? I'm like, yeah, it's all good.
You're like, it's 2026. You can't say Oriental anymore.
Yeah, it's Chinese. All right.
It's fucking Chinese.
So-
I don't know what's worse. You know, is that better or is that more?
Oh no, you've given it away. It's not pierced.
Sorry, cut around that. Yeah, because you've all girls.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have. Well, I do have all boys. One of them's very small right now.
You need to give one out there. Maybe of all boys, you want more in the tank. You want more in the chamber.
Huh?
You've one more in the chamber.
Well,
do you?
no, I was kind of not counting.
Yeah.
Oh, I have plenty more in the chamber.
Oh no.
What do you want? I'm fucking.
Yeah.
I'm Israel over here. I'm dumb. Unlimited rockets flying at you. But I'm more like I don't know, like a ram. Plenty of them lying there, just looking for a chance.
Fire in all directions to whoever.
What can you do? I know, but like I don't know. What's worse? Because all of one thing's probably a nightmare.
Yeah.
because we have one small baby and one bigger boy, and I'm like, see when these both boys, like one of them's like 6 and one of them's 10.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a fucking shit show. Like,
but see,
it's just the place is piss and Lego.
Yeah,
it's piss and Lego everywhere.
But that's the downside. Like, I think it's good because when they get past the fighting stage, they can hang out together. If you have one of each, like probably you and your sister, me and my sister, we did whatever we wanted ourselves. We didn't. Well, they weren't like a team.
That's true. Although me and my sister are probably closer than we've ever been now.
Yeah.
You know, but that's probably because
me too.
We both have children, and then you're like, well, I'll come down on Sunday.
Yeah.
For something to fucking do.
Yeah, and I find the older you get as well, with your sibling, the more you have crack about your parents. You know what I mean? Or you're like, fuck, you see what he's done? You know, see what they're up to?
Yeah.
And the mad
fucking idiots.
Tubes, you know. So it's
sometimes I feel like just sort of pranking my dad with texts to see if the reaction is still.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, find some AI photos. Be like, Jesus, lost my leg there. You know, fell off a ladder. Just me, stump. And he'd be like,
nice one, yeah. I mean, they gets to the point where it would just do.
You see the Ireland match?
Yeah. But man, that's so, like, and it does get to the point where like my dad, he is like, he enjoys the pub more than anything. So like he'll get on to you and he'll be like, say something. So, you good? I'd be like, aye, not so bad. How are the girls? Like, yeah, not so bad. He was here. You wouldn't mind throwing me down the pub? And I'm like, yeah. Just say it. You know what I mean? Just, it's all good.
Yeah, just get right to the point.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind pick. Yeah, it's no bother. But you know, but to be fair, like my dad's decent with, like, he's good spud when it comes to the kids, but he's stuck in his ways, and you have to just accept that. You know, and I think that's the difference between like me and my sister. She'll be like, I think Dad needs to do more. Like, I'd be good if he would like go and, you know, go out for walks or something again, or do this maybe. I'd be like, nah, he's not going to.
Yeah.
You know, he's just going to eat gammon and drink beer, and that's just what we're going to get. And he's happy with it, and let's leave him to it. You know what I mean? Work away.
Like my dad had the bowel cancer scare, and he got the bag in for about a year.
Yeah.
And then he had the bag taken, and I was, you know, he's a motorbike lying there and everything, and I was like, you know, I bet you can't wait till you get that off, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I can't wait to see the back of it, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And got it off, and I was waiting for, like, you know. I'm doing the fucking Wild Atlantic Way on this bike, and I'm fucking living my life. And he's just like, I didn't get up to 2 o'clock yesterday. Or he'd come down to my house like at 11 on a Sunday, and he'd be like, Jason, I'm never up at this hour.
Yeah.
Crack it on here. Fucking hell.
But you just have to leave him to it, like, you know what I mean? That's what the bit I like. And my funny thing happened the other week. I had my mum was out with a mate of hers, and it was the night that the touts was on in the limelight. She goes, you're doing something tonight? What's that? She goes, not stand up you're doing, is it? I went, no. She goes, I'll come Dad then. I was like, nice one. You know, you're not doing that normal shit you do. No, it's something different. She goes, I'll come for a while.
There's other people on it, isn't it? Yeah, I'll come down.
I'll come down. So she's like, right, no, me and my mate are out, so can you sort of get a couple of tickets? I no bother. So then she rings me, being like, oh, my mate's gone sick. She's got sick and gone home. I fucking doing fucking funnels or whatever they're doing. There is funnels of fucking Prosecco. And she headed on home. And she's like, I'll still go. But she goes, I'm going to go home first, so you can bring me on the way in. And I said, I no bother. I'll ring Dasher and see if he fancies going. So I rang Dad, and he was like, oh, would that be all right? No, I said, yeah, it's no bother. Like, you can come along. He was, maybe be good fun. Like a traders. No, yeah, it'd be good fun. And then I get the house, beat the horn. My mum comes out. She hops in the car. I was like, is Dad not coming? She goes, no, fuck, he said he wanted to, and I told him to fuck off. I was like, all right. She goes, you're going to ruin my night. So then my mum came, just drank Prosecco, watched everyone go, and fucking people, random people at the table, Prosecco. He's lying, look at him, he's lying to me and all. I said, what the fuck? I was a lying bastard there. And I was like, all right, mum, pump the brakes. She couldn't, she's like, what, him go out and with me for a night out? Wise up, you know. So,
I love that. I think dads just put their years in with, like, raising kids.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you're all good, you have a job in a fucking house and all. Are we good? Are we good?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want now.
Yeah.
Because you have days like that, surely.
Oh,
I have days where you wake up and you fucking do 16 things, and then it's like 11:30 at night, and in your head you were like, I was actually going to sit down and do some work.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling myself at 9 o'clock. I'll like sit down and do some bits here, and then it's the middle of the night.
Yeah, and you have to just go.
And you just do that for about 18 years now. It's class.
But it's great. See, doing we like at the weekend there, I wasn't feeling the best, a wee bit under the weather, and I know Dedham's, and I went out to that's what was, of course, Matilda was looking for gardening gloves to go hunt spiders, of course. Yeah. She's like, I think I've got my garden gloves in your car, Dad. Can I go look at it? Yeah, work away. She went to look, and then she found one, and I was like, I'll look for the rest. So I went to hook around. It wasn't there, and then I realised the cars are fucking stinking. So I ended up just ran out of the blue with no plan to, cleaning both cars, valeting both cars entirely. And then you have to take both cars to get them washed as well. And then you just have these 2 lovely clean cars. You go, I didn't plan to do it today. Mm-hmm. I planned to organise the receipts for my accounts in the office, but they're just lying in a bag.
Yeah.
You know, and then again, like, I get round to that. But it's always, I think, as a dad, you put what you are wanting to do or planning to do to the bottom of all the other stuff that you need to do. Or your wife's, oh, could you do this for me? You wouldn't mind nipping here to get this for me? I have a prescription to get, can you?
Yeah.
Because you feel like you've done it. You know, it's that hunter-gatherer thing, I think, still in you. You're like, I've done it. There you go. What's in it for me?
You're hunting fucking mini eggs at a shop at 8 o'clock on a Sunday.
Speckled eggs from Marks and Spencer's.
There you go. Yeah. Freshly hunted.
But have you had those?
No.
M&S speckled eggs.
Are they mini eggs?
They're a problem.
Yeah,
they're a problem.
Everything at Marks and Spencer's is a problem.
But they're a big problem.
Why are Marks and Spencer's not getting shit for making everyone fat? You know why McDonald's and all these fast food places were going through scrutiny, and then you go to Marks and Spencer's and you're like, oh, it's a wee biscuit. But it's only 1,200 calories.
It's only the elites that can go there for that. That's the problem.
It is.
You know,
it's the gout crew going in there.
Exactly. It's Henri LeWait and his boys. You know what I mean? It's
unreal.
It just coming in and getting it in.
You just about eat 6 of them and just like, and then just keep eating them.
Oh, what a player he was! I'm sorry to say. His wife's giving a bit of
she's like, I think you've had too many of those goose legs. And he's like, what? Cut this bitch's head off, will you? I've had fucking enough of her.
I read a wee thing about him. They were like, listen, Henry VIII, say what you want about him. He fucking stank. They're just like, he just stank.
Of course.
Of just sepsis and just his body just seeped and he just farted and he shat and he ate and he fucking stinking.
They must have been rotten back in the day. Like, when you watch all them Game of Thrones and all, and they're all like, they cut to some scenes, someone's just like,
yeah.
You're like, man, the stench in that room.
Can you imagine when they whipped the bodice off you? A lift and a ditty back in those days. Oh, God. Be rotten.
Let me hoist your ditty. Stuck to it.
And you know what? Like, I tell you what, they weren't eating ass in those days, like, for sure.
No.
Well, Henry,
I don't think there was any other fingering or any sort of foreplay. They had to just go like this, like, slide it in.
Oh, it'd be so stinking, wouldn't it? Like, and then you're watching that, people watching period dramas and all. You're going, oh, wouldn't that be nice? No, it'd be stinking, leaping, Wuthering Heights and all. They're like, whoa, nah.
Did you see how? Have you seen that? Do you watch Bridgerton?
No,
me neither. Maureen watches it, like, and every time I just be walking past in the kitchen, like, what the fuck is this shit? Have you seen that thing where you do your Bridgerton name?
No. Oh, can you get this up?
Yeah.
Bridgerton names. Let's find out our Bridgerton name.
I think I can remember it. Right? So it's Lord.
Okay.
I look it up. It's like Lord
Colin.
Lord David. Of what was the last thing you drank?
Coffeeton. Lord David.
You need to look it up. Look up how to find your Bridgerton name.
We'd be like brothers then, because you'd be Lord Colin of Coffeeton.
Yeah.
The Coffeeton brothers.
Lord/lady plus middle name plus.
Oh yeah, it's middle name.
Plus last drink plus ton at the end of that.
Yeah.
Tongue?
Plus of plus first part of street name plus shire.
Yeah. What's your middle name?
Robert.
Lord Robert Coffeeton of, and then the first word in your street name
of Ardmillan.
Of Ardshire.
Of Ardshire, yeah.
Yeah. Ardmillanshire. Lord Robert Coffington of Ardshire.
Of Ardshire. I like that. And what would you be?
Lord William Coffeyton of Derryshire.
That sounds like a guy that really exists. Lord William of Derryshire, of Londonderryshire.
Yes. Yeah. William of Londonderryshire. William, we got two real prod middle names, though.
Billy and Bobby.
Which is also kind of gay for this look here. Let's go, we're Billy and Bobby.
But imagine us.
Loyalist queers.
I know. Ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to interrupt the podcast to tell you that I'm going on tour at the end of August through to October 2026 with my brand new show, Obsessed. Are you obsessed with stuff? I'm obsessed with stuff, and I want to tell you all about it on this brand new hour of stand-up comedy. Tickets are available now via my website, daveelliottcomedy.com, wherever it is you want to see me. I'm going all over. I'm UK, Ireland, Northern Ireland, the works. See where you want to see me and come. I'm keeping the tickets at a pretty low price too because I'm a sound guy. I want you to get a night out. Don't worry about the babysitter. Don't worry about whatever else. You'll have change out of the tickets to come and see my show, so get the babysitters, get in. Let's have a night of it and let's enjoy watching what I'm obsessed about. Alright? Now, go and listen to my podcast for a bit. Listen, if you think this podcast is fun, you can have even more. Can we say X-rated, Johnny? X-rated, extreme, and just off the record content over at patreon.com/Sly Guy Podcast. You get the extra Sly Guy Podcast. You get the continuation of this episode, the Slyer Guy Podcast, carrying on. And you get the weekly extra podcast. You get the friggin' Dog Walks with Dave. You get vlogs. We've vlogs coming. Johnny, London, Lisbon, Barcelona. All going to be up there within the next... How long? What's the time scale?
The next coming couple
the next coming couple of times. Patreon.com/Sly Guy Podcast. For that, that's £2 a month. Go on. What are you waiting for?
Sly Guy, Slyer vlogs.
Yes.
Slyest. In at the top. I'm trying to show you a picture of my baby. Don't see a picture of my baby.
Oh yeah, that's on Patreon.
I got a message to Lavery's page. No, it felt like bait.
What did it say?
It was like we're looking to hire a queer comedian.
Yeah.
You know, I was just looking for people that you know, and it felt very like, do you know any queer comedians?
Yeah.
And I was like, I do. Aaron Butler.
What's a class look? Is that earring? Excuse me.
Excuse me. You trying to test me?
Do you know any queer?
You think it's the boys' club in here?
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt like bait. I should have just went. It's McCooey.
Yeah.
It's just the best one.
And did you
And
reply? Or
just
hit it one of those.
Don't call me a fucking lesbian.
Yeah.
I'm a gay man.
Yeah. For fuck's sake, no, McCoo's in good form Wednesday night there. Actually, in average. Yeah.
She's very good, isn't she?
Oh, she's also a great hang too, which
good hang.
matters. You know.
I wish she would quit her job so she could be in Lavery's a bit more.
Yeah, but then you know what she does do, which is great sometimes, is she does too much, and I love it. So she works and she does this, but then she still makes time to make a tray bake. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she makes a cracker in caramel square. Like I was bigging up. You know, I'm a big fan of caramel squares here, but she's like it's quite sexual with it. She's like, if you try my caramel square, you won't stick your tongue in any other one. If you try mine, I was like, oh well, okay.
Yeah.
She made it to me. To be fair, a lot of caramel.
Yeah.
I like more caramel to biscuit ratio. That's a winner for me.
Some of these places are getting out of hand.
Oh yeah.
With the buns, like
it's too much.
You know.
We were
like you can literally buy something and like split it into fucking 6 for the full squad that are there.
Or each have one.
Put it in your pocket.
Yeah, go for it.
Leave.
But no, I mean, I would love, like, you know, when people say like, oh, what would you like if someone approached you as a comedian? Like, listen, whatever this company would you like to do, or with this idea for a show, I would like someone to come to me and go, right, you go out and you just eat the best buns. We take you around the world to taste the best buns and have the best coffees. I'd be like, that does me.
Sure, you just told me about that? You just invented that?
Yes, but I want to be paid to do it and sent around the world to try it.
You gotta give them proof of concept.
Yeah.
So you gotta
get
the young boy, film it all glossy.
Make it all nice.
Yeah. Do one of them and be like, here. But see, no one's gonna pay you. Everyone will just be like, you can have the buns for free. Like,
yeah, that's true. I mean, I'd take free buns.
I got a shout out from a local coffee container near my house recently.
A container? Or like
it started off as like a wee cart thing, and then they got 2 big containers, and they make their own baked goods.
What's next?
It's crazy, and it's so it's like the most unmarked fucking. You're just like driving along, like, where is this fucking thing? And they're like, there it is.
Yeah,
and you have to go in, but you know, they fucking clipped a bit of the podcast that I was talking about and everything, and I'm like, I better be going in there, and the coffee's waiting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I better be like, back again, thank you. I'll go in next time. They won't recognise me.
Yeah. And you'd be like, here.
Someone's told them. They're like, this guy gave you a shout out. I'll be in there like.
But you know what? That's the thing. I think with
any crookies in this motherfucker?
With like a lot of podcasts though, you can tell when someone's being genuine about something, because then they come on and be like, oh, I have this product, and you just know it's an ad, but when you really mean it, they know.
Yeah, when you really mean it. Yeah. And then I wish, you know, you had some sort of warning that they were going to use it. Because like there's another place in Dungannon which is by far maybe the best place to eat in the country. They keep moving too much. Of course, he clipped a bit of the podcast where I'm like, and they do these fucking, you know, it's like potato bravas, but it's hash brown bravas, and they put the sauce on it, and I'm like, and then I fucking had it, I near fucking jizzed on the ceiling and all, and they've legit clipped it for their business page, and I'm like, I one bite, and I'm like, spraying cum every, oh my god, it was unbelievable.
We granny in the row later, it's his name looking to shit in the roof. No one ever do.
I'll be sausage sandwich, and I'm looking to bust on the roof also.
You bring the mop over here, fucking.
I'd have cleaned it up if you knew you were going to clip it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'd be like, guys, listen, this place.
Have you watched War Machine?
Is that the one with DTRJ? Do you know Rock Johnson?
No.
Mark Coleman? No.
It's what's his name? Preacher?
Oh,
Alan
Richardson.
Yeah, he's in it. Watched it last night. Crock of shit.
Was it? Is that on Netflix? Is it a new one?
And I put it up. I took a photo of it. What's going on there? What have you got?
I've got.
We should stop French kissing.
Yes, I know. We great.
Good shape, big man. That's how you assert dominance in a room. My old mate Dave. Two of us not even be able to touch heads. Now I put it up. I took a photo of it and wrote 10 out of 10 as a small bit of subtle rage bait. And everybody was just like, class in it, mate.
Oh, no. See,
absolutely love it. So badass. And I'm like, I'm joking.
But I did see it, and I thought it was the movie about Mark Coleman The Rock was in.
That's the Smashing Machine.
Smashing.
That is good.
Yeah. See, that's what I thought it was, you see.
That's
War
good.
Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? The Smashing Machine?
No.
It's good gears.
It does, so that's a nickname that I have him around my house.
Yeah.
Because I can smash a breakfast on that. Yeah. Not sexual. Yeah.
It's good though. I know. You know, it's just, I don't know if his life's that interesting to be writing a full movie about. Like, but
yeah. But the
Dwayne The Rock Johnson's good in it.
Yeah. He was
performance of a lifetime, some would say. Me.
Scundered he didn't get an Oscar not for his rating. All this fucking TRT for that.
Fucking son of a bitch.
Bastard. But what is Warm? What's the gist? Is that there's some sort of alien thing in that?
Yeah.
Right,
it's
okay.
It's like, first of all, like, you know, the guy's like in some, you know, desert somewhere.
Of course.
Iraq, Afghanistan, wherever it is. He meets his brother. They're all fucking. They do nearly do that. They put their heads together and like, "What you fucking good shoot, brother?" You know, and then they're just chatting away, and then just rockets, bang, bang, hit all the things. Everybody dies. He puts his brother on his shoulders, carries him for like 10 miles. He dies anyway, and then he's like, "I'm going to join the Rangers." Glasgow Rangers, and
bastards, Fenian bastards.
So he joins like the US Ranger. What is going on, my throat? The US Rangers or whatever, and he's already too old. Do you know what I mean? Like you see these recruitment things, and you're like, even everyone in this scene is too old to be doing this. And then they get sent on this training mission, and then. The whole time he's like at the camp, he's like watching TV, and they're like, there's been a unidentified fucking object flying through space that's broken up. Then this thing lands, and they happen to be out on a training mission, and this fucking thing just lands, and they're like, oh my god, what's that? And then like starts smoking, and just comes up and just starts like, and then they're just running from this thing. And it's just, as soon as the alien appeared, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, how long? I was like, how long's left in this? An hour and 15. Fuck me. And then they're just running from an alien.
And does it get them?
Gets them all, apart from him, and then he basically like
kills himself.
Just so happens to let it chase him to like a quarry, and this thing, and he just gets in the digger and just pushes it towards this like quarry stone machine that's, you know, like a big conveyor belt that's just dropping stones off it, and just kind of fills it with stones. And then once he's broke it, like a load of wee bombs fall out of it, and he has to run again. But you know what I didn't understand was he picks up one guy who's got like a compound fracture, like a bone coming out of his leg, carries him for miles and miles and miles, and then a symbolic sort of gesture. He's supposed to, when they finished this mission, they were supposed to like run across this finish line that said like US Rangers on it. Yeah, and he carries the guy, but like the whole training camp is like in motion, like everyone's training, whatever. Nobody's like, fuck, He's back. Like, he carries the guy the whole way up past the line. Everyone's running around him doing drills and everything. And he just, like, slams him down. He's like, and then shortly after, someone's like, you know, even though you've just fought an alien robot and everyone else is dead, they're like, congrats, you're now a US Ranger.
Yeah.
It's such a pile of bollocks. Like.
Yeah, it does sound shit.
It's fucking terrible. And he's got a tattoo that his brother had that says DFG or DFQ, don't fucking quit or something.
Don't fuck quietly.
Don't fuck quietly. And then he gets and then he's in charge of all the Rangers. He's like, let's go out and fight this fucking alien. And remember, don't fucking quit. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So bad.
And is there anything like at the end of it where they're like in the quarry, the wee guys like coming back, so they have to go and get it for the War Machine?
No, but they were saying like, oh, this, you know, when the thing broke up in space, there was like loads of them everywhere. So they all get together and they're like, and it's so casual. He's like, oh yeah, I was out there with that, and the guy's like, did you lose everybody? And he's like, yeah. And he goes, yeah, we lost half the squadron here. And he's like, sweet. Yeah, you're a Ranger now, good man.
Yeah, it's
just like that.
Yeah,
just calm as you like. Yeah, everyone died here too. It's crazy. Anyway,
don't quit. Let's go.
I know you're 46, but are you ready to get stuck into warfare?
Because I think was he just showing off his physique a lot on it?
No.
See,
which I was upset about.
Yeah, usually every time.
He's like jumping in the river with a fucking bulletproof vest and all. It's madness. Like.
Yeah. You know what? It was on the cards the other night for one we were looking at watching, but then as soon as he started like Intergalactic or something, we're like, nah, it's enough for us.
Nah.
We ended up watching Friendship instead. Have you seen that? Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd.
Oh yeah, I actually started watching that.
Weird, but it was alright. It was funny. Enjoyed it. But that it's hard to pick films these days. It's hard.
It is.
I spend more time just arguing about picking. Oh, I see one. I'm like, well, I got one, and then she go, nah, I'm not in the mood for that sort of stuff.
Every big movie that came out like last year, I seen it, and was kind of let down by every single one of them. And then I watched the Rip with Ben Affleck, and I was like, this is the best movie I've ever seen.
That's on our list to do. So you recommend the Rip?
Very much so. Yeah,
no, I do like it.
But see all that fucking, you know, one battle after another and all.
Yeah. Nah, I just.
You see it?
Yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah, it was alright.
It's alright.
And then
you see all the good bits, you know, like you've had a few small beers, all that.
Yeah.
All that cool shit. That one big shot at the end over the fucking hills and all. They show you it all. That's all the good bits.
See, I get
shit for that. Probably
the last movie I did see that I did enjoy was The Housemaid. Favorite actor, Sydney Sweeney. In it.
Yeah,
inspirational.
Yeah,
a lot of people criticize her and be like, "Oh, she can't act. She's just good looking." I'm like, "Shut up. She's excellent at acting."
Yeah, she's
fantastic.
Phenomenal craftswoman.
Yeah. And then the argument.
Does she unleash the Norks?
Yeah.
Great.
yeah. She does, but it's.
But I felt the same about Preacher or Reacher.
Yeah.
In that movie, I'm like, bro, get the tits out.
Yeah.
What are we here for if you're not getting the rig out?
But
alien shoots him, top just.
Yes.
Shit.
That would have been a great shot.
Oh fuck.
But no, it was pertinent to the scene. To be fair, that she did that because we wouldn't have got it otherwise.
Pertinent to the scene.
Yeah.
Sexual penetration.
Yes, we wouldn't have been able to imagine what was going on in that hotel room if she hadn't have. So
yeah.
It was vital. It was a good choice that was made, I think, for the scene.
Yeah, directorial choice.
Yeah, good work.
Yeah.
But it was decent. But it was one of those ones, you know, when they instantly show you, like, there's a shot too much of a staircase. You're like, that's unnecessary.
Yeah.
And then you're like, that staircase is gonna come into play later in some regard.
Yeah.
And then when it did, you're like, there you go.
Shagging on the stairs.
Oh no, bucked off it to death.
Oh, she was.
Spoiler, no, the fella.
Oh,
over you go, brother.
Damn.
Yeah.
No aliens at all.
No, not yet. But she lives, and there's going to be
aliens chasing her. Can't work steps.
Yeah. I mean, that would be.
She's just run down the steps.
But. I actually would have made it. I made a director's cut, I hope. Guys, sorry to interrupt this week's podcast. I know you're having a great
fat
time.
fucks.
But listen, sorry, we're talking to you guys. You know what? Listen, this is me, right? Where am I? What am I on now? I'm on my journey here. My weight loss journey. That's right. I'm on my journey to being a fucking big rag, like. And it's not just being done by myself. Omnia Wellness are helping me. Well of mind, well of body. Now, if you just want to get a little bit of help on you, whatever it is you want to do with your health and fitness, whether it's nutrition, just a wee bit of advice on PT, or some medication, they've got it for you. Head to their website, www.omniawellness.co.uk, to see a plan that's tailored to yourself. You get the one-to-one in a WhatsApp group with the doctors, with advisors, with everyone working there. Any questions you have, any time of day, send them a WhatsApp, send them a emoji, whatever it is you need, you send them, they'll sort you out. I get the Manjaro there, and that's why I'm so jacked. They don't give me creatine yet, but I'm going to ask them for some creatine as well, because I'm running out of my own creatine, but whatever. But if you want to pay full price, you do you. But if you want 20% off, use the discount code SLY 20% at checkout. That's SLY 20% at checkout for the CQC regulated, serious support that is offered you by Omnia Wellness. Now, go back and listen to this episode. As you know, in all seriousness, I am an ambassador for Action Mental Health. I think it's such a massive, important cause, and I also think that the funding has been cancelled for mental health services in Northern Ireland, and that's an absolute travesty. But thankfully this year, I don't have to sacrifice my bum like I did last year when I cycled 300 miles in 3 days for the cause. That's what it means to me. So if you want to support Action Mental Health and have a laugh with it as well, we are doing 3 shows in May this year for Action Mental Health. Friday, the 17th of May, we are in the Millennium Forum in Derry/Londonderry. I don't know why people still argue over that. It's 2026, get over it. And on the 29th and 30th, we are in Belfast at the Mac. We have some of the biggest comedians in the country. Not only the North of Ireland, the South of Ireland, Northern Ireland, the Republic, whatever. They're all coming up together. We have Chris Kent, Andrew Ryan, Emma Doran, Mickey Bartlett, me, Rory Woods, Eamon Maguire, Dylan Doherty, Sean Hegarty, and more across the nights. And it's going to be Aaron Butler and too many people, but we're doing it for a good cause. Action Mental Health. Tickets are on sale now. Not a load left for the Belfast gigs. People in Derry, do better. Care more about mental health. Tickets are available via the link below. Thank you, and get back to the podcast. Over. But did you see that there's a new scary movie coming out?
7, is it?
I'm interested in seeing that because it's been a while. Have you seen any clips from it?
No.
There was one where it's like, you know that girl, is it Annabelle, where she's like a wee robot, they're on a subway, and she's going in the trailer, and then takes the Annabelle mask off, but it's the Scream mask. And then there's this girl, and she gets stabbed by the guy in the Scream mask, and a woman's in the tube, she's going, no, they're stabbing her, and she goes, her? How did you assume my pronouns? And you're like, I'm they, them, and she's like, fucking kill her. And I thought, I'm going to enjoy this. It's going to be classic. Yeah.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Funniest line ever in anything scary movie though. Guy, have you seen the first one? When he's like, he goes, hey yo, what do y'all think, tucked in or Ralph? It pans out and he's a dick between his legs. Classic. Old school humour,
The scary movie, the silly one?
Yeah.
Which is a piss take of what?
Of Scream.
Scream?
And all those ones, yeah.
Right, okay.
So, it is.
I think Scream's on its 7th movie
Oh
as
yeah,
well, isn't it?
it is. You know what I think should happen? Those characters should just leave, go and live in like Thailand or something.
Yeah,
the Scream guy's not going to fall in there. Like,
that's true.
Witness protection.
Yeah, it's back in the same house.
Yeah, like speaking of,
hopefully I don't get killed in here again.
Of Daz again. I remember I was really afraid of Halloween and Michael Myers when I was younger, and my dad was like, goes to me, here, sure he only hits his sister, you'll be grand. What do you think, he's going to kill her and fucking get the plane over here and get you? Fucking grow up. Yeah, fair point. Didn't think about it like that. And lying in my bed all fucking scared and being a wee fruit, and he's like, get a life. It's femicide, that's what he's into. Fuck's sake.
Femicide? Would want you fucking heap.
You know, exactly. But then that was a good way to look at it. That's what I'll tell
Your
my
kids ever get scared of weird stuff?
Yeah, my Matilda got really frightened one night of her light that she's had in her room from she's a baby. Because one night it's like a wee dome, and it has, and whatever it was, she's like, it's turned into a spider and it's coming to get me at night. I was like, okay. And then I tried it the next night. She goes, that spider's back. She kept waking up and coming into me. And I was like, we're just going to have to bin this light then. So we had to bin that light. And then she had to pick a new light. And of course, chose like a fucking Borealis, fucking Northern Lights set up for a room. And then Holly was like, that's really cool. Can I have one of your fucking, or full upstairs, like a bloody Northern Lights now? Like, but yeah, she's afraid of. And then, do you ever say things as a parent that you're like, fuck, I shouldn't have said that? Speaking of things they're afraid of.
Many times every day.
Well, Holly's learning about the Second World War in school and like about the evacuees and all.
Really?
Yeah.
What did she?
8. But it's
like
like
heavy, isn't it?
But it's just about like, you know, what they did and, you know, the evacuees and how they went and like the railway kids and
bringing your Viet Cong outfits tomorrow, kids.
But I did say to her, I was like, have I told you about Auschwitz yet? And Kath went, no. I was like, don't worry.
You had Taliban Day?
You know,
last day of school?
Yeah. But no, listen, you shouldn't be teaching about the Second World War. You should be teaching about the Third, getting you ready for it.
Getting you ready for it. Speak some fucking Chinese.
Because you'll be conscripted as well. Because everyone's equal now. Get you in, girls. Go for it.
Are we too old to be conscripted?
Yeah, but they're apparently upping it a bit because all these young bucks are wee softies and they're bringing out hard lads.
I mean, you busting out of 2 army uniforms.
A Billy and Bobby.
There is a weight restriction on this helicopter, so just Colin and Dave on this run, everyone can wait.
We just be ploughing fields or something.
Is conscription still a thing? Yeah.
I think so, aye. Yeah,
in some countries, like.
Yeah.
Sure, have you seen those videos like the Ukraine where they're like running out of fucking
dudes,
troops, so they're just skipping them up off the street?
Yeah. The worst is what I always find very funny is whenever they do like there's the national service you have to do in Korea, and then they just have to send all the K-pop boys off, and they're just like, well, why are BTS quiet for a bit? Like,
is that all that footage where it's like a draw or something?
Yeah,
like a lottery type thing, and there'd be like some real little clean cut camp guy who's a singer, and they pull his name out. And he's like, no.
But have you ever seen BTS dance?
Yeah.
See if you could choreograph soldiers like that. You'd have some big.
What can they do though?
Be unbelievable.
See them big Korean shows.
Just baffle you. Yeah.
Nazi-esque.
Yeah, I mean, say what you want. The Nazis were organised.
I'll be getting a few written notes from the doctor if that conscription ever comes around.
Yeah.
Gout. Beaties.
Diabetes.
Bad knee. Yeah. Colourblind.
What are you? I don't asthma.
Dangly earring.
Dangly earring.
You know. I wouldn't be keen on going to war, to be honest with you. It wouldn't be something for me.
I would go if I could just go home at 5 o'clock every day.
Yeah, just clock off.
It would be the sort of long periods of time where I'm like, what the fuck's going on here, boys? Yeah. I don't want to fight this.
Nah. At least you wouldn't get trench food anymore.
And you would be fighting for Israel.
Yeah.
No matter what way you look at it.
Yeah.
We're going into Iran. Hey guys, why?
Yeah. Do you not think
Benji, why?
There must be somebody that's going, hey, enough.
Is it really the whole Epstein thing that's like blackmailing everyone, like Trump and all, into fucking getting his nose right up Israel's hoop? I mean, because at this point, if he just came out and went, here's videos of me getting fucking gangbanging 12-year-olds. Sorry about that, but we're ending all the wars. You'd be like, okay, we'll circle back.
Yeah.
But for now, just stop fucking sending rockets into tents.
Yeah, I think, but again, I think that whole Epstein stuff, like, you'd be on to him. Like, you see the photo of Woody Allen, he has his coat on, you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, Jeff, like, let me take a coat off. He's, you know, like, obviously he's blackmailing you, you know.
Yeah.
Be like, what else is he doing? I'd be like, listen, no harm to you.
You know Bill, shags with a coat on.
Yeah.
Loves it.
But
Hawkins.
You see him.
Some of the photos, I'm like, I hope these are AI. Like Hawkins dressed as a wee Disney princess.
Yes,
they're taking a piss there.
Because now that is good. That is good elite banter, isn't it? Yeah. Bring Hawkins and just dress him like Tinkerbell.
This guy, smartest guy in the world. Dressed like he's in Frozen. Look at him.
Yeah.
Got the beach tires on for later.
You know what you could do? You could put a fucking ice box in the back of him and just connect them to fucking remote controls.
I remember back in the early days of that being mentioned. I think I was on stage in Lavery's and I was like, fuck, did you hear, you know, Stephen Hawking's been on Epstein's Island? And I was like, what was he doing? Just serving fucking snacks. Just circling about like crab sticks.
I remember I did a bit. Would you ever do bits and you go, oh no, there's the line. That's not for me to say again.
On a weekly basis.
I did a bit when that first came out about like how, you know, how raging the lads would be when you've like Andrew and friggin' all the other boys in the queue, and then Hawkins goes priority booking with that smug face.
Yeah.
And the train. Yeah. Fuck off.
Yeah, Andrew's a fucking bastard.
And I was like, well, what would he do in the orgy? And then I acted a bit where he was doing it, and he's that's too far. And I feel bad about that. And then, but at least he's a pedo, so that's all right.
At least he's a pedo.
You can slag him.
God.
Do you remember his wife? Like,
get them all in the pit.
There was a bit with her where people were having to go at her. She left, like, she didn't change his pish bag and all, and left him out in the sun to burn. But see, if she knew he was in Epstein's Island, you're like, fair play to her. Yeah. You know what I mean? Fucking dirty bastard. Yeah. Leave him out in the sun. Ugh.
You said you were going to be away for one night, you're away for a week.
Yeah.
Get out in that garden.
Sorry.
Get out that garden and fry. I'm taking your battery out.
Is there one bit that you've done that it's just completely died, but it's just because of the subject matter, or you just joked about the complete wrong thing?
Oh, yeah. plenty. I went to Lavery's thinking I'd written the best ever bit one time when the war in Russia and Ukraine had started.
Yeah.
And this whole bit about sending Paul Gascoigne to the thing, and I had picked me different Russian things and me Ukraine things. Nobody knew who Paul Gascoigne or Royal Moat was. I was like, no, this is going to be iconic. Terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a bit about... It was about like the Gaza thing, and I was like, you know, I've seen so many like famous Jewish like actors and comedians and all coming out with like their support for Israel, and I was like, you don't really see a lot of famous. You do now, like, but I was like, you know, there's not a lot of famous sort of A-listers showing their support for like Palestine. I was like, I wonder, is there any famous Palestinian people? And I googled it, and the top guy was DJ Khaled, and the bit was kind of like. It worked perfectly once in Lavery's where there was fucking one black guy in the crowd. And I was like, you know, DJ Khaled, he's like the most famous Palestinian. And this, thank God for him, one black guy goes, another one. And I was like, exactly, as a fucking rocket hits a toddler. And it killed in the room, but I tried it like a few more times and it got a few laughs, but people were just a bit touchy about it at that point.
Sometimes even when you say the word, people go.
But it was like, there's probably a reason why DJ Khaled's not speaking up.
Yeah.
Because of the industry he's in.
But then also...
And I'd run by.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say the race of the people.
But then you have the flip side of it. You have David Tremaine, the lead singer of Disturbed, signing rockets, and you're like, they have to too far, Dave. Like,
yeah, that is too far.
You know, just...
like I do you.
Yeah.
Doink.
Oh, what. Off you go, have that. And even Seinfeld and all, you're like, you know, you can have your opinions, but you can keep them yourself. Like, you know, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, what's the deal with these nonsense?
Someone said something to him about Palestine. He's like, oh, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
And he goes, do you not, you fucking cunt?
Yeah.
Your 17-year-old girlfriend back in the day.
I know. But that used to be cool, apparently, back in the day. I was sick. You know, nowadays, they're like, nah, that's a problem. You know, Leo DiCaprio, he's still...
The only excuse I could see is like there's probably a lot of elite New Yorker types who, you know, their parents are fucking bougie parties and cocaine and whatever, and you sort of get into that life very quickly. So you might be 16, like sitting there with a fucking glass of champagne, smoking, being like, "Oh, I'm so tired of these fucking parties all the time."
But
let me bang Seinfeld.
Yeah, I still think though, right? Call me old fashioned.
Oh,
But I think, like, see, if I was just really rich, I'd be pretty content. Like, I wouldn't need to eat babies or buck kids. I'd be like, you know, the ditties and oil would do me. Like,
yeah,
you know,
you'd be Henri Louis.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be eating good.
You wouldn't have wiped your ass in years.
Yeah,
just a constant, just a banquet table refilled every 2 minutes.
I mean, and that would do me. Like, you know,
and on the perverted side, you know, your life would probably look more like a rap video than you know, there'd just be an ass parade while you're just fucking chomping down something exotic like alligator legs
but I would do me like
more oil. You've got a super sugar with oil, you're like
that would maybe be all I would use children for. Super sugars with oil.
Squirt more oil in her tits.
Just the wee boys, like, you know, those
when I eat this peacock.
That sounds good, like it does. That sounds like a good time. Whether a retractable roof for a bit of sun, it's good.
Yeah.
But then like,
I'd start smoking then.
Yeah. But then Catherine made a fair point to me. She goes, what if some of the fellas didn't know and they just were there for a holiday and they weren't involved in any of that shit? And they're like, you know, because you know when you're at a hotel or whatever, you have people go around and be like, here, do you want to come and do the water polo? And you're like, nah, we're all good, I'll just lie here. You know, so they'll be back there. Epstein's like, here, do you come in? We're doing a wee bit of indoor tennis, if you know what I mean, and a few pizzas. And he's like, bro, I'm sweet here with a margarita, just you work away. You know? It's like,
yeah, you fully just use it for the holiday.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
There's a sauna full of kids in there, like fucking nightmare.
Fucking
sounds like a nightmare, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'll just chill here at the beach.
I've got a podcast downloaded here, you don't worry about it.
You're getting away from the kids.
Yeah.
That's a fucking last thing I need.
Yeah. Oh, but have you seen the thing where Epstein's speaking and they were like, oh, he's lost all his aura, and he's just like the most Jewish voice you can imagine, and you're like, can we chat up by that?
Well, you know, I remember, I forget exactly how it went, but like Joe Rogan was saying on his podcast that he was on the list because someone was trying to get him on, and he was like, absolutely not, because it was after the
Epstein on the podcast.
No,
Or
Epstein was trying to get Rogan just because he is a powerful media figure, so he's probably trying to get him in the room, have a chat with him, whatever. But one of the guys that was sort of the middleman in that deal, like Joe Rogan had him on the podcast, and I think it was that guy who was like, "Oh, I just went to Epstein because he was like one of the best tax guys."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, but it was after it was a known fact that he was a fucking paedophile."
Yeah.
And I was in the midst of tax season,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, "See, to be honest, if I had to go speak to a paedophile to save me taxes, I probably would right now."
Listen, he's a nonce, but he's
a nonce, but he'll cook them books.
Save some dough, like, yeah.
He's cooking children and books.
But then you're like, listen, to be fair, let's separate the art from the artist here. I need to pay less tax.
Yeah.
So, if he knows what's up, like, fair play to him. You know, what he does in his own time, it's up to him. You know, when he's on the clock, it's
I
all
see
good.
him on a professional basis. You know what I mean?
But would it be awkward though, wouldn't it, if you went in to like do your tax and he's just like, work ahead, what is it you need? And like, what do you do, Jeffrey?
I just trying to get rid of a crate.
Yeah.
Fuck's this?
But then you don't know. He might be unbelievable banter. Like,
I bet you. I bet you, like all fucking psychopaths.
Yeah.
He was like fucking charismatic as
But
fuck.
can you imagine he was funny though? You went in his house and he did have a kid in the crate and the kid just ran out and he's like, fuck was that, eh?
Where'd that come
Didn't
from?
see that, fuck me. I don't know, don't worry, plenty more where that came from. You're like, fuck Jeffrey. It's almost like that thing, like I used to do it whenever I was younger and going out somewhere, and my mum was like, you're not going to be drinking, you're not going to be too blocked tonight. And I'd be like, nah, I'm going to go out, I'm going to drink 3 litres of cider, I'll drink a bottle of Buckfast, and I'll book my ring, I'm going to be a fucking the state. And she'd be like, what do you like? And then when I do, I'm like, well, I told you it was. She was like, no, you're joking. I'm like, no. That's something. Jeffrey's like, I'm bucking a load of kids here, and I'm like, oh, fuck Jeffrey. And they're like, nah, I did.
He's good at taxes, but he's throwing the old creepy joke. Like, but anyway.
Tell you what, Jeffrey, not a good name.
Jeffrey!
You know, a lot of Jeffreys do a lot of dodgy things, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dead now. It's like
Yeah.
Adolf, you know?
Yeah.
There'll be no more
It's in
Jeffreys.
a bar. Yeah, The Last Jeffrey. There's a documentary I'd like to watch. The Last Jeffrey.
I mean, you know, did I see him in the Jeffrey Epstein quarter zip and find myself on ASOS looking for quarter zips? Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Did you know it was the fucking aura killer as well when there was like one of them redacted videos of him just dancing in the hallway with some... It looked like a woman, to be fair, it didn't look like a child.
Yeah.
He was like...
Yes.
Absolute fucking...
But did you not say there was a video or like the scientist?
That's Israel poisoning style.
The scientists made like this video of what is supposed to be the most attractive way to dance
Right.
for women. Have you seen this?
No.
Can you please get this up? There's like scientists have and it is just dad dancing. And it's like this is not what women are wanting to see. You know what I mean? There's no like. It's just like it is. It's
There's a... Yeah, because, you know, when like a guy's like too good at dancing,
yeah.
you're like, oh, Jesus.
Because I used to go to school with a girl who did dancing, and like when we were like in pre-formals and all, she would do choreographed dancing, and everyone was kind of like,
Yeah.
nah.
There was a
Stop
dance section in Foyle Arts when I went to McGee.
Uh-huh.
So there was boys, there was us doing design and whatever, and then there was the dancers,
Uh-huh.
and you were kind of friendly with some of them, and you'd go out in a night out, and they don't mind sweating everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're passionate dancers.
Yeah.
They're dancing like fuck, sweat lashing off them like
Wearing trilbies.
wearing trouble.
This is how you met. This is
Just
how-
a dress with a tie.
Always weird.
This is how.
Why are we both dying in here? What is going on? Have you asbestos?
I've got the end of a cold though, but
So apparently, this is how men should dance to attract women.
here you go.
Scientifically.
Yeah. So that's what the women want, according to science.
No, I'm gonna say that's not correct.
What a tune as well.
That is a tune. But what do you think of that? See, if I was single, I'd put
Do you know
that
what it
to
looks
test.
like? It looks like a guy, because you don't, yeah, I think in the dancing you don't want to get too serious.
Yeah.
It looks like a guy who's kind of playing around, like he's dancing
Yeah.
with like his child or something.
Yeah.
Not a child.
No,
His child. You
Yeah.
know, having a bit of crack, doing the odd silly move.
You know what I never got around to in terms of dancing? What you do with your face. It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you don't want to be too, like...
Because you're not from a culture, you know, like,
Yeah.
you're not from a culture like fucking Brazil or something where they just have like a natural two-step kind of built into their fucking DNA.
Yeah.
You don't have that over here. You're like,
No. Yeah.
banger!
Or if you have a
Is that my man
serious
Chris
face.
Martin? Yellow! Have you know what I'm obsessed with at the minute? Do you ever listen to Future Islands?
Nope.
They're a weird, like, sort of synthy. Some of the tunes are banging, some of them are very weird. But the lead singer is out of his fucking mind. And they literally had like a turning point in their career where they went on like Conan O'Brien or something and did this mad rendition of their song. And your guy's like fucking mad dance moves. And then
Is he the bit like he looks like a middle-aged kind of guy?
yes, they're
I've seen
absolute
the dancing.
absolute dab
Yeah, I know
owners,
what
like
you
a
mean.
lot of them.
Yeah.
And then he would be singing this wee synthy song. And what's the fuck? I forget what the line is. And he's just like he just threw in like a big fucking
I've
Slipknot.
seen him, and but he dressed like a dad as well. And
Yeah,
it's-
that's very deliberate. Like, but then they have another song called like King of Sweden, and it just came on my YouTube like randomly, and I watched it, and the line is something like, he's like, "You are all I need," and then there's this very funny like noise that he just goes, "How!" but it's like deliberately not singing.
Yeah.
But his face when he does it, and I'm just walking around the house by myself, like total fucking earworm, just like, "How!"
Oh, I love that. See when you walk around the house doing that, saying wee things you've picked up.
Yeah, but you can tell that guy. I think they used to be in like hardcore like, punk bands.
'Cause I
so
thought
he
that-
has the moves. He's like thrashing about like a
Because
maniac.
when I saw him initially, I thought it was Henry Rollins,
Okay,
and then you're like, oh, it's not.
no,
But he's also a loose guy,
yeah,
like Rollins.
but this is a lost art form.
Uh-huh.
The Munter lead singer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bring back a few Phil Collinses.
Yeah.
Someone's absolute uncle. Just fuck like a maths teacher. Just put on a headset.
Phil Collins is going to die soon, sadly, and he's a legend. I love
Why?
Phil Collins.
Why?
Because he's real sick.
Ah, stop.
Yeah, he's real like he's one of those degenerative diseases, and it's not.
Oh, that's very sad now.
Yeah, but he's epic. And again,
Did he feel it
I think
coming in the air?
the older you get, and sadly, not for much longer.
Look
But-
up Phil Collins, young, absolute hipster.
Yeah.
Ronan Linsky.
Oh, totally. But he some of his songs are unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Like him alone or Janice.
Susudio?
Yeah. Oh, Land of Confusion. it's unbelievable, and it's also baller to be a drummer and sing.
Yeah.
As well.
Get the one with the hat. There's one with the hat on. He looks like
Ronan?
as soon as you see him, you're like two flat whites, brother. I swear to God.
Two flat whites, brother.
I would say me and you have entered the. I found a playlist.
Look at that.
Look at that
Look
there.
at that. There you go.
Look at that.
I mean, is that a Nike hoodie as well? He's got on the gym wear. But then
there's an undeniable swag about that.
But he also got to the point where he had the hair at the back and the sides, and he just did not on top, and he was just like a maths teacher. Like that's it, and he still
light blue shirt, slacks,
swag. And then he's got his daughter Lily, she's a tremendous actress as well. Like he's a cool guy. Phil Collins a cool guy.
That's sad to hear now.
Yeah.
Look at the full fit.
Oh, Phil Collins. Oh, wow.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I mean, that's.
Looks like he owns a Japanese bike shop.
Yeah, on the Armour Road.
Yeah. Have you seen this thing, boy? Men of a certain age, probably our age, just becoming obsessed with Japanese things all of a sudden. Have you seen this lore on the internet?
No.
Apparently, guys just hit a certain age where they're like, it's like Japanese denim and fucking. I got steel knives. From Japan,
No,
they're just. I think you just hit an age where you're just in the quality.
I've nearly been hit by that myself. Like I'm in the market for a good new set of knives.
Yeah,
yeah, I love to get quality stuff. See, that's like Catherine and I will differ. That should be why you spend the money on that, and be like, because I spend it once and that's it.
Yes,
if you buy shite, you replace it.
That's it.
You gotta get the quality. I love stuff like that.
It's a good way to be.
Yeah.
Then you have a collection.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what I'm quite into at the minute? It's candles.
Okay.
I like a candle in my office, but it has to be a nice manly smelling candle. Because can't have any of those wee
oud
summer numbers. Yeah, I like it.
Oudy stench. I don't like candles.
No, I've got into them. And it's good because it's a process. You get in, light the candle, do a bit of work, close the door, get the Vector heater on, hot box it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Choke to death, no wonder you're coughing.
Yeah. Catherine did come into me one day and goes, all that candle's just, and this is a small room. I'm like, that's great. Don't worry about it.
I tell you what I've started to do is instead of just like regular lamps in my house, I have like video light panels everywhere.
Like these things?
Sort of the Elgato one that you can just go on your app and like fucking adjust the temperature and everything. and I'll be in the house and I'll be like, going up the garage here, ping, ping, put them on, go up, nice vibes.
Yeah.
Make nice orange light.
Yeah, just ready to shoot at all time. Always looking ready for the camera.
Yeah.
No, we got a new lamp from friends of ours. Have a really nice interior shop, More Living. Shout out Lisburn, really good spot. You should check it out sometime.
More Living in Lisburn.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll check it out. Love of furniture. Love a bit of furniture.
It's a great furniture store. We bought a nice lamp in it, but I don't know if you have
Look at us.
Look at
us, man. Fuck yeah.
But do you have stuff in your house that are very set a very certain way to the way you like it, and then something comes in and changes it and you can't cope? We get this new lamp, and it is a lovely lamp, but it's a bit too bright for the evening ambience, and I'm struggling to.
You need a
sell.
Philips Hue bulb where you can adjust the temperature yourself.
But then do you ever have those bulbs and then they just decide to go flash sometimes? I have 2 of those in the hall that I can put all different colours and all. But then if you've been away for the phone's disconnected from the lights, you turn them on, it's fucking epilepsy, so it's terrible.
No, I've never had that now.
No.
I've never had that. But we do have a disease in our house where we buy something and then live with it for about 3 months and go, that was the wrong decision, and then we get another one. Like couches, for example.
Yeah.
We had 2 couches that I had from IKEA that were in my office in our kitchen that was an extension. And we're like, we'll live with this. Just put something in place. Finally found new ones, put them in. They're a bit uncomfortable, right? Got more. I put those ones back in the office, distributed the other 2 around the house. Got 2 more recliner ones. Because I was like, I said to Maureen, I was like, if you want them comfy, they're not going to be like that attractive to look at, but they will be comfy. We got those. Weren't happy with them. So now we have literally like 6 sofas that are just. I'm just like, does that look good? Like on the driveway, does that look all right?
Yeah.
Don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
And right now in the kitchen, we have a sofa that's literally about 15 years old that I got for an office,
and it's good and comfy.
It's a big long one.
Uh-huh.
It's modular. It's like 3 or 4 beds. It's about the length of this room.
See, I think that's the thing. When you get to RH2, comfort and quality matters more.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it's because they're like, what do you need? You need to relax. It has to be comfortable.
Yeah.
You can look as long as it fits in with the room, it'll look.
Yeah.
Be comfy. Like I have three things that I think I will get whenever I don't need to worry about the dough. You know, it's like it'll be a smart car first and foremost.
Why?
It'll be just nipping places.
Just nipping.
You know, like say
you love a bit of nipping for a big man.
But see if I want to get a 2 litres of milk, I just want to be able to stick it. I want to drive it into the shop.
Can I
Just in a smart car though?
Oh, why?
Can I?
Bowser?
Violation
Yeah.
from the young boy there. Violation.
Get it back in your cage. But that, a PS5.
Have you ever
or
been
6,
in a big car?
in a big car?
Aye. Have you ever driven like a fucking Range Rover or something?
I've been in them, yeah.
Because there's absolutely no turning back.
No.
If you got in something big and you're like, oh why?
But see,
There's no fucking way you get a smart car.
even my Tucson, like I like that. It's big
Tucson?
size to it. Love a Tucson, and we're getting a new car in the next couple of months to replace the one out there, and it's bigger size, and I'm like that's better too.
Yeah.
But I just want a nip car, you know, like in nip places.
Can I suggest something?
Uh-huh.
Vespa.
I don't want.
That's something I want to see.
Yeah.
Google 2 fat twins on mopeds. There's a photo that me and Aaron always look at.
And
Sometimes we just look at it.
Yeah. But no, I don't want to be cold either. You know what I mean? Want heated seats, heated things.
That's true. Have you seen that? There's
then-
two fat twins.
Oh, why?
That's you and a Vespa
Giant haystacks. Yeah.
nipping about for milk.
Yeah, or the gigs. Like, see at Botanic. You know, I want to be able to park in it. The first guy's very flirty. He knows what he's saying.
It's the Bunda, yeah. By the way, that's me on any vehicle. We shot a promo video the other day, and I borrowed a quad, like a big old farm quad, and I'm like fucking raking about, muck flying everywhere. And then I saw the footage, and I was like, it's the gorilla, it's the chimp on a bike in the circus. Like, how have I made the fucking the quad look small? I'm like, "Nyeh." Do you know what I want? Barn Dominium.
Barn Dominium?
Have you seen these?
No.
It's when fellas in America.
I thought that was a guy on the circus.
Barney Dominium. No, you get a plot of land and you just build a fucking essentially like a barn, like a giant shed, and then as a man, everything you own is in one fucking giant room. So these boys have like literally like a bed out in the open, bedside tables and everything, little bed area, you know, like a fucking pickup, motorbikes and all parked in
Oh
it.
right, so
Everything's in it.
Before. Yeah,
Open it.
like
Look it up. Barn Dominium.
like Chris Bumstead's gym. He
Yes.
has his card and all, and his weights and all. And
The bum dog. Yeah. That's
what a guy he is. Savage.
But then these guys have families and they're like, no, we need a house, and you're like, shut up.
Yeah.
No, you don't. I want to skateboard in my gaff.
Yeah. But we went back in the days before I got married. We were out. Did you ever do the wedding list shop where you have to go to like Wardens and Arts and just look for fancy shit that you don't really need.
Yeah.
But you know, like we need a large serving fish knife. Do we? Yeah. But it was in there, and I've never ever sat in a more comfortable seat, and it was just a seat, a recliner, but it was like you could just, you know, when you feel quality, it's like it has a little metal buttons inside. I'm gonna get me one of these. I took a photo of it, so I'm going one day I'll come back for it. I was like, you know, you leave it one, I'll come back for you one day. I just put it in my office.
Kiss it right where 400 people have sat.
Yeah.
How much was it?
I think it was about 600 quid or something, which is doable now, but at the time,
Treat yourself, man.
I was like, but then where do I put it? You know, I'm gonna have to move all the sofas in the living room to put it in there.
You use it as an excuse to get the shed.
Yeah.
You know, and the little beer tap and everything.
Oh, but then that's the thing.
Just you out there topless, wee earring in.
Yeah.
Having a cocktail.
I'm excited. I'm excited about what the future holds, man. Let me
Yeah.
tell you. Getting older, because this is the bright side of having girls. I think when my girls kind of hit sort of 10, 11, come teenagers age as well, they'll be more interested in doing the girl stuff with Catherine. You know, like going shopping.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, Dad, gross. You know, they'll come into me and be like, Dad, can I have money? I'll be like, here you go. I'll be left to my own devices with the dog. I'll get into like fishing and hiking and all.
Yeah.
And that'll be a good time.
Do that now, Dave.
Yeah.
There's no point in waiting.
It's true, 'cause it could dive. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Die any day.
Take your kids hiking.
Mm-hmm.
For
No,
a
then
minute.
I'll moan. Fucking kids cry. Oh, my legs are sore. And then you're just carrying two kids, fucking busted.
2 kids, 2 bags.
Dying. Just two kids, wrecked. And then a wife going like, fuck, these kids are ungrateful. But I'm like, yeah, no. But it's not you that's carrying them, is it? It's this guy.
I'm on a waiting list to get my son into jiu-jitsu. Because we've tried the rugby and the fucking Gaelic and everything, but he's not a big team sport guy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be like, I'll take you to something I like, so that we're both enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
And I can go in with a load of 6-year-olds.
Yeah. You just submit them.
Choke them out.
Bastards. You fucking bastards. Do you know what we're going to do now? We're going to go over to Patreon for a wee 20 minutes. And then we're going to go and have a tray bake. Or some meat.
Yeah.
Some meat and some coffee.
Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Yeah.
Here in the Sly Guy Pod.
It's been a pleasure. And you're doing tours, are you?
I'm doing a tour. It's starting the end of April into May.
And where are you going?
It's called Great Times.
Nice. Hey.
Irony, crazy times.
Yeah, but we living in. See, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Shout out Netanyahu.
Yeah. Well, now let's be fair. If he was going to do the pod, would you get him on? Would you be like the Nelk boys and say, "Come on, have a chat"?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I'd be like, "Why are you doing that, mate? Why
Why
are you doing that, mate?
What are you bombing for?
Yeah. You're a bomb boy, mate. What are you doing that for?
Yeah. Baby?
Yeah. But, yeah, you know what he should
Where
do?
did the whole BB thing come from? You know, BB Netanyahu. You know, everyone calling him that.
I think it's just a very Jewish thing to shorten that to
Is it?
Benjamin the baby.
Baby. Baby. I can't do Jewish voice.
You'd hate to be like, oh God, we're being bombed. Who by? Baby.
Yeah. Yo, baby. You know, if he had a bit more swag about him, you know, if he got one of these in.
He's such a wee bitch,
Yeah,
isn't
he
he?
is a bitch.
He's like, oh, we thought we would fucking kill all these people before they killed us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd been sent for 30 years.
Yeah.
Never happened.
But you know what?
But yeah, I'm on tour.
Colin, thank you very much.
Never mind, go to the Telegraph.
Yeah.
8th and 9th
Telegraph.
of May. Telegraph rave/comedy.
Nice.
Mainly
Do
comedy.
we rave after?
Might do a bit before.
Go ahead, fucking man.
You know,
Telegraph.
pyrotechnics.
We link in here.
Once they brush the dead seagulls out of the way.
Yeah, bastards. Right.
Okay, bastard, bye.
Bye bye.